Hello everyone. Today I'm gonna make white bread. It's a very easy recipe and it only requires very few ingredients. I have tried baking so many kind of bread. I tried low carb, I tried flaxseed. I always come back to this recipe because it's really good and it's very easy to make. So today I'm gonna go through the ingredients. We're gonna need 6 cups of flour, and then I have here half a cup of sugar, a teaspoon and a half of salt, and I'm gonna need a tablespoon and a half of active dry yeast. I would also need a quarter cup of oil. Since I don't have vegetable oils, I'm using the avocado oil I have in my pantry. So first off, we're gonna need to put our sugar, and then I have 2 cups of warm water. We're gonna dissolve our sugar here. So just stir it in until the sugar is all dissolved. And also make sure your water is still warm because sometimes it's so cold right now because it's winter. Your water might not be warm enough for the yeast to activate. Okay, so our sugar is dissolved in this same in this sugar mixture. We're gonna add 1 tablespoon and a half of active dry yeast. Stir it in, and then we will leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes and allow our active yeast to bloom. Okay guys, the yeast is activated. This is what we're looking, where it's bubbling up. In here, we're gonna add our quarter cup of oil. Then I'm gonna add 2 cups of flour. Just make sure your flour is not overflowing. Actually, I'm gonna do 3 cups of flour. And then the other 3 cups, we're gonna slowly add it. Okay? So I'm gonna use my stand mixer because it's easier that way. I don't have to knead it really hard. But you can also knead it by hand if you don't have a stand mixer. You don't really need a stand mixer. You can knead it by hand. Start slow because you don't want the flour to splatter all over. So now that all our flour that we originally added are all incorporated into the mixture, it's time to add another cup of flour. And then at this time, I would also like to add my salt. And then again, start slow with your stand mixer because you don't want the flour to fly all over the place. Now all our flour is incorporated. Here comes our 5th cup of flour. Keep scraping the side, guys. So here's our final cup of flour, but we have to be careful. Make sure that we don't add too much. We may use more or less 6 cups. So for now, I'm going to put just 3/4, and then if I need to add the rest, I will add the rest, or if I need more than 6 cup, then I'll add more. I think the 6 cup is enough, so I'm not gonna add any more flour. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna um, continue kneading it on the stand mixer for at least 6 minutes. We're gonna knead it in medium high speed for about 6 minutes. Okay, our dough is ready. That's how it should look, and it's very clean. It doesn't stick to um, the container or the bowl. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let it rest for 1 to 2 hours. And then I have a warm wet towel. I cover it and let it rest for 1 to 2 hours, and I keep it in the oven. It's a turn off oven. Don't turn on your oven. But I keep the light on. That way, it provides a little bit of warmth while it's resting. And then in 2 hours or 1 or 2 hours, when the size of the dough doubles, then we can start baking. Guys, look how beautiful our dough. It rised more than double. So we're gonna punch it, and then I lightly flour my surface. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna knead it for just a little bit, and then we're gonna divide it into 2 loaves. Okay. So we're gonna just knead it. And then it's gonna form kind of like a loaf. Okay. Then I have here lightly oiled pan. We're gonna put it in there, and then we will let it rise for another hour, and then after an hour we can start baking, guys. See you in an hour. Guys, our bread is ready for our oven. We're preheating our oven 375 Fahrenheit, and then we're gonna bake it for 30 minutes. Guys, let's check our bread. Let's see. Oops. Very big. Let's take it out. Okay, I should have used my longer loaf pan, but it was dirty and I was not very enthusiastic to clean it, so I decided to use my shorter loaf pan, but it's okay. It's still bread. So, one tip or piece of advice, make sure you allow your bread to cool off before you cut it. Don't be impatient. I made that mistake in the past. So let it cool completely. and it will be all worth it. The wait will be worth it. All right, guys, let's try our bread. Ooh. See? Hmm? Very nice. Okay, since I have two loaves, I usually cut the second loaf and then freeze it. That would last us a couple weeks. Yum lang, see? Love it. This would be good for sandwiches. See? See that, guys? So good. So good.